How's it going, everyone? My name is Eric, and welcome to a slightly different episode of Out of the Groove. Ever since NBC took over the NASCAR broadcast this season, they've been doing sort of a weekly segment during the races that I found extremely interested, Pit Crew All-Stars. Each week they highlight one or two, notable pit crew members and kind of talk about their stories. And I found, watching those segments during the races, that a lot of these guys and girls working on pit crews in the NASCAR Cup Series have incredibly interesting backgrounds. Now, as NASCAR has looked to cut costs in recent years, pit crews often come into question. This year, in fact, NASCAR limited the number of pit crew members that can go over the wall during a pit stop. This year, it's 5. I recently got put in touch with the fine people at Norfolk State University in Virginia, and they told me more about Brianna Daniels, who's made headlines in recent years as the first African-American woman to be on a NASCAR Cup Series pit crew. And her journey to NASCAR was quite unexpected. She went from being a guard on the Norfolk State basketball team to a NASCAR pit crew just like that. And while her story is interesting and unique in its own way, it's not all too uncommon for college athletes to end up as parts of NASCAR pit crews. With pit stops obviously being an extremely important aspect of NASCAR competition, I kind of want to talk about that a little bit today and dive deeper into what this college specifically is doing to try and promote NASCAR with its student body and student athletes. And so I thought that could be interesting for many of you at home to hear as well. So kind of a different episode of Out of the Groove, but I hope you enjoy my recent conversation with the fine folks from Norfolk State University. Welcome everyone to Out of the Groove. This week, I am joined by several fantastic guests. I'm joined by the president of Norfolk State University, Dr. Javon Adams Gaston, as well as the athletic director, Melody Webb, and the women's basketball coach, Larry Vickers. It's great to have all you on the show today.
Thank you for having us.
So I want to ask you all first, how did Norfolk University get involved in NASCAR? And are you all involved in any other type of motorsports?
So back in 2016, Norfolk State University had the opportunity to host a pit crew combine through the NASCAR Drive for Diversity program. And from that, we were able, because we had a link with one of our staff members to NASCAR, to really get into the motor sports. And it was really successful. And several of our senior student athletes were performing very well, including, of course, Brianna.
Yes, and I wanted to ask about Brianna Daniels as well, because she's very well known in NASCAR fan circles and stuff. She was a student at Norfolk State. She's now a pit crew member in NASCAR. So how was her time at Norfolk State able to help her get that opportunity?
I'll say, for me, myself, I didn't realize the athleticism involved in NASCAR before Brianna got into it. But Brianna was one of the most athletic players we had on that team as far as strength, conditioning. She could run all day. So when NASCAR was looking for athletes, Tiffany Sykes, who was one of our academic people at that time, of course, she would suggest Brianna. And I mean, we had no clue she would take it this far and to this level. But, she's always been extremely, extremely driven, and that athleticism and hard work has, put her in this position.
Do you guys feel that she's helped open up other students' eyes to the possibility or the validity of a career in motorsports?
Absolutely. I think that's a great opportunity for students to kind of recognize their own. So it's peer-to-peer. When they see Brianna out there and being so successful and kind of getting the national exposure and attention that she did from participating in that gives them an opportunity to say, I can do that as well. So I think it's a great opportunity for other students just to kind of see what it is that we're doing, what it is that Brianna is doing, and just look and explore new ways, new opportunities through different majors to really accomplish their goals as well. So I think it's a great opportunity.
And kind of bouncing off that at that point, actually, a lot of younger viewers and college age viewers watch our show. What other ways can Norfolk State help students jump into a motorsports career through, not just athletics, but maybe engineering or marketing, other different programs?
This is really an opportunity for students to get a quality education at an affordable price and to have excellence in their educational experience. So students who are interested in engineering or business, students who are student athletes who want to be connected and would have an opportunity, for example, to work in pit crews and other places because of their athleticism and their agility and their work ethic. So we're really a place that if students want to look at other opportunities, particularly in the motorsports, we're the place.
And even beyond just motorsports, what are some other opportunities students who are looking for a career in sports or beyond that in general? What other opportunities does Norfolk State provide?
And I'll ask our athletic director to talk about that because they've been so successful with our student athletes.
There's plenty of opportunities. We have opportunities as it relates to athletics host everything. I always tell people all the time, especially students, that it's many different fields in athletics, from media relations to journalism to marketing aspects, as well as business operations. So there's many different avenues a student can take to be involved in athletics in different areas outside of coaching or just being a student athlete. And we want to encourage all students across the university platform to kind of identify a passion for what it is that they're trying to do, look at those majors and see how it can apply. So I think it's great opportunities here, and we can definitely connect the student to the department to really kind of advance them through internships, work engagements throughout the community, as well as mentors and mentorship opportunities with our alumni.
And one of the things we do here at Norfolk State is to ensure students who are student athletes are looking at the long plan, what it is that they'd like to do later, and utilizing the skills that they're learning in their sport so that they're well prepared, whether they do something in athletics after they leave the university, or they're all going to go to work at some point outside of being the athlete. So how are they prepared? And we're doing an excellent job in preparing those students to really think about the long game.
Sounds fantastic. Well, I'm sure many people watching the show will be sure to consider Norfolk State if and when they're making a choice regarding their future educational opportunities. Well, I really appreciate all you guys spending some time to tell us a little bit about Norfolk State and Brianna Daniels. Of course, her career in NASCAR has been remarkable. Hopefully we can see all you guys at a NASCAR race maybe sometime soon. It's a lot of fun. I'd highly recommend.
Well, we'd love to come. Thank you for the invitation. We'll be there.
Yes, thank you.
I hope you all enjoyed that interview or found it informative in some way. Really kind of the folks at Norfolk State to talk to us a little bit on the show, but that's all I've got for today's sort of special episode of Out of the Groove. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, and of course, a huge thank you to my fantastic Out of the Groove Patreon supporters. It's officially Talladega weekend. I'll be back tomorrow night to recap the Talladega Cup race. Should be an exciting one as always. Thanks for tuning in, folks. I will see you again very, very soon.